Hey guys, it's Scott with Scotty B Cards. In this episode, I want to share a story with you of how I was almost framed stealing hundreds of dollars of basketball cards when I was 12 years old. The whole situation was pretty crazy, so I'll give you a little bit of a detail of what happened. So to start off, I would always go with my parents to stores so that way I could get a pack of cards when they did their grocery shopping. You know, whether they're going to Fred Meyer or Shopko, those were the two best for cards at the time. Target was good, Walmart was okay, but those are the main three, you know, Target, Fred Meyer, Shopko. If I can go to those ones, I'm doing well. So they're going to Fred Meyer, so of course like, oh yeah, I'll come with you guys, I'm happy to. And you have to act good as a 12-year-old so you can get that pack of cards. Well, as we walk in, there are two entrances, and in between those two doors along that wall is a bunch of like electronics sections, the bathrooms, and a banking section. And then across from those are the registers where people check out, and then across from those is a little empty section, and then there's aisles. And between the aisles and the registers, that is where the cards were located. It was a little stand of cards, and at the time, it was 2008, and the really big set that I was after at that age was 2008 Topps Treasury. Reason being is because you could get rip cards in those, and those rip cards would have cash in them. You know, whether it was $10 to $1,000, and that was the max, $1,000 of cash in these cards. You'd be able to get this cash and do whatever you want with it. And as a 12-year-old, I knew if I could get one of those rip cards, it would have the $1,000 cash. So I kept buying and buying, and their marketing was obviously great because I kept wanting to find that card. But on top of that, they had other really great cards. Like they had one that had a rookie card, and the rookie card has a piece of actual gold in it. And at the time, this was the first this had ever happened. That's kind of modern now with Flawless and all those other types of products with diamonds in them. But at the time, this was big. And they had great refractors. They have gold refractors. They were numbered to 50. The rookie cards, they had bronze. They were numbered 2008 of the year itself. And I had done really well with those. At the time, I had already pulled 4 or 5 gold refractors to 50. I pulled a Russell Westbrook rookie card out of 2008, the bronze refractor. And I had pulled an Eric Gordon rookie autograph. I didn't know who Eric Gordon was. Turns out he's a pretty good player, but at the time, you know, which is great to get an autograph as a 12-year-old. Well, I walk over to this card section that is kind of right next to the registers and the aisles, and I am looking at the Topps Treasury, trying to find the right pack, because that right pack will have the cards. You know, you go like 3 or 4 down on the left side, and then if it feels good in your hands, that's the one you get. And so I finally decided to pick one, and then I noticed at the top of these cards, it was slit open. I was like, oh, that's really weird. Why are these open? And then I noticed that every single pack in the box was open. So obviously some pack searcher had come over, split them all open, took the cards out, took the good cards, left the rest. He left a bunch of refractors though. So there were refractors, there were good stuff in them, and I wasn't gonna buy it, but I knew I needed just to tell the employees like, hey, here's these cards. And I was hoping if I told them like, here are these cards, they would give those all to me. So I was really hoping I would get an entire retail box of Topps Treasury for free for being honest. Well, I was like, well, before I do that, I kind of want to see what he took. If he was able to find one of those cards, one of those really thick rip cards. And so I was kind of pulling the cards out just to see, and one pack turned into 2, and then 4, and then 5, and then 10, and then I looked through quite a few of them. And as I was looking through them, I was like, wow, that's such a cool Moses Malone refractor card, or that's a really cool rookie of OJ Mayo. That's the guy I wanted at the time. And I was just enjoying myself. You know, I wasn't opening them. I wasn't doing anything super dishonest. I was gonna give them, I wasn't gonna steal anything, but they were already open, and my 12-year-old mind was like, man, I gotta look. I can't not look at these. And as I'm doing so, I kind of feel like someone's watching me, and behind me was a employee, and I peek over my shoulder and I see he's talking like on his little walkie-talkie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm stealing these cards. And through my 12-year-old mind, I think I'm gonna get arrested. I think that I'm gonna have to go to juvie and, you know, do community service, and I started to panic. So I didn't know what to do at the time. And this again is hundreds of dollars, and for me at 12, didn't have a job, that was a lot of money. And so I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And so I decided I am going to walk off like I didn't see him. Don't put anything in my pockets, just walk off, act as calm as possible. So I walk off, and as I turn the corner past like the frozen foods aisles, I just book it. I just run, and I have to find my parents. I think they might be in the gardening section, I'm not sure, but I need to find them so that way we can get out of there, because this guy thinks I'm stealing these cards, and I for sure thought this was going on my permanent record. Well, I'm going through these aisles, all the toy aisles, I'm trying to hide, I'm waiting 10 seconds, looking, peeking. I saw him looking at one point, and he didn't see me, but I was really freaked out. Well, eventually at the side of the building was the lawn and garden section that's kind of built onto it and outside. I get in the lawn and garden, I find my parents, and I tell them, okay, I'm just gonna go wait in the car. Is that okay? No reason. I just wanna wait in the car. And as I walk out, I can literally imagine that from now on, I could not show my face in Fred Meyer, because if I did, they would arrest me on site or block me from the store. And I completely believed, 100% believed, that they had like a wanted sign of my face in the employee lounge where they could say, this is the kid that stole baseball cards. But in the truth of it all, I was trying to be honest, but my curiosity got a hold of me, and I looked at the cards before turning them in. Obviously, looking back, the guy behind me probably was just some random worker who saw a kid opening stuff. He probably was just a high school kid making minimum wage. He probably didn't care. And me running probably was really dramatic, and I could have just told him the situation. It would have been just fine. But at 12, I thought my life was over. Turns out it was fine. I actually went back to that same Fred Meyer, what my parents did, and they were able to pick up a box of Prism last year for me, Prism basketball. Mainly a baseball guy, but if you can find any basketball, they know to buy that. And it was a mega box, and actually I pulled a Red Ice Zion out of it. So that was huge. I sold too early on it, but still, I'm back at that same Fred Meyer getting really cool cards again. But I just thought you guys would appreciate that story. I'm sure you guys have been in similar situations in some capacity in the past, and cards have gotten you in trouble as kids. But please like and subscribe, guys. I just wanted to share this experience, and I know that you guys have your own, so please share in the comments below if anything similar has happened to you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.